Lecture by CYC Chen Cynthia. You can pause anytime you need. 你可以随时按下暂停键。Make sure have your tools ready. Okay, today we are going to do the watermelon with 2-point perspectives. Okay, so first you need to have a piece of paper, and you can see I have a paper tape under my paper because I'm going to put my 2 vantage points outside the paper. Okay, so the paper tape is for me to mark the vantage points. So that's my VP points. So let me write the number. VP point 1 and VP point 2 right here. And again, they are on the same label. Okay, so no one is higher. They has to be on the same label. Okay, so I got my vantage point outside the paper. Okay, and I make sure my paper is not going to move higher or lower. It has to stay at the same place until I finish the entire joint. Alright, so you can grab 2 pieces of the stickers and tape on both sides. Even you can place the erasers, but you are not going to move the eraser until you finish the joint. Okay, you can place something there to remind you there is the vantage point. Alright, so we are going to do 2 watermelons. Alright, so the first of all, we have to find a edge. So I want to have one watermelon on the left. So I'm going to have I want my watermelon like this high. So vertical has to be straight. No angles, has to be vertical, like straight line. So I want the height looks like this big. Okay, so the same thing, I'm going to connect to the vantage points. So you see I'm going to connect to there. I'm free-handed. You don't need to use the ruler, but you just eyeball it. Eyeball it. Okay, it's about here. So before I make sure the shape, I'm not making my pencil like too dark. Okay, I do it very, very gentle. About here. Alright, so remember we are doing 2 watermelons, so I'm saving some space for the other one. So I'm going to stop my first watermelon right there and here. So my entire watermelon will inside this cube. Okay, so now we are working on our second one. I want my second one is right here. So that's another one. Okay, then we remove the first one so we don't confuse, right? Erase the extra line so we don't confuse where they are. Okay, so that's my second one. So same thing, I'm going to connect to the vantage point, eyeball it. So you can do it like the freehand. Alright, so this one is going to there. So free-handed. So this one is going to this direction. Okay, so I want my second watermelon is overlap to the first one a little bit, so it's overlap. And I want my first one has some space on the right. So that's my second cube. So that's my first one. That's my second one. Okay, 1 and 2. It looks different because I haven't then placed on different area, but they all use the vantage point 1 and vantage point 2. Okay, so the watermelon watermelon is not a cube, even you cut them out, right? It's a little bit curved, but we have to do that later. So that's make the watermelon like the triangle, all right? So I'm going to have our high point, the highest point right here. I use the middle part, okay? And I'm going to straight. But how about the side, right? So I'm going to connect this point to the vantage point too. So same thing, I eyeball it. Okay, and I follow the same angle. So we're using the same angle. Alright, so my points will be right there. They are the same angle. I don't move my pencil. Okay, it's right here. See, I got my watermelon shape. It looks like a tent. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing right here. So the point. So I'm going to having touch. Touch. Okay, so the right one is connect to the vantage point 1. So I'm going to add in the lines. Add in the lines. Okay, so the same thing, I borrow the angle from this corner and move. It's about here. So I close it. Alright, I got another tent. So I can remove the cube because the cube just helping us to find the place. That's it, just like we do the scale. Alright, let me remove the numbers and the cube to keep my joints clean and neat. Okay, so be gentle. Don't move your papers, okay? Keep them on the same place. Alright. So you should have these two tents right there. Okay, so as I mentioned, the watermelon doesn't have a cube skin, right? It doesn't look like a cube, it's like the spear. So which means he has a curved shape. So we are going to have a curved shape at the bottom. The curved shape at the bottom. Alright. So we are going to change. I'm going to make my pencil outline a little bit darker so you can see more clear. Alright, so I'm going to have a smooth curve shape. A smooth curve shape. Alright, so I can remove the line that I don't need it. See, I fix and I erase at the same time. Alright, so the watermelon, he has a very thick skin. Alright, so basically when you cut the watermelon like the slice, you will see the green skin and something like yellow and whitish stuff. Then is the watermelon's made inside. Sometimes it will be yellow, sometimes it will be red. Alright, so we have 3 parts, 3 layers. Okay, so let's see. The green skins, we are going to do the green skins. And we have something white, very, very light. And the top will be the red. But I just want to keep the top clean. Alright, and let's see. I'm going to start making my watermelon inside a little bit bumpy. So let me closer so you'll see. The line is not going to be straight. You are going to have something small like a little bit bumpy. It doesn't look like the skin, very smooth, right? It's very juicy. So you will have some craft. Okay, so even on the top and the side. So you can have something looks like you bite or it breaks a little bit because it's very easy to like peel out, right? So we do something looks like this, a little bit curvy. And we will have the skins on the side as well. But the side will just be straight because we cut. Alright, looks like this. Okay, then we were doing the same thing on the other ones. So let me clean up. We don't need the extra line. So we are going to have the skins and the side. The middle part. See, I'm making light very light. Then it's the same. I'm making the color a little bit wiggle. Not the color, the shape. The outline is a little bit bumpy. They are not a wave, just something random. So sometimes I cut the accident there. So I have some slice is missing right there. Okay, and we close the side. Don't forget to add in the seed for the watermelon. So the watermelon seed looks like the water drop. The bottom part is round, the top is pointed. So let me zoom in, you can see more clear. It looks like the water drop. Okay, so now is the time for you to add in as much as you want to. Alright, you don't have to copy the same thing. You don't have to copy the same locations, the same place. You don't have to. You can place them very randomly, as much as you think that looks good. So some look small, some looks big, some will look like half of them is inside, right? Sometimes you cut the watermelon slice, sometimes they will show more or shows less. So the same when we do the sketch right here. Then clarify all the extra pencil line that we don't need it. If you don't remove the pencil line clear, you must to make sure they are clean enough. Okay, then feel free if you want to add some background. For example, if you want to have some watermelon juice on the side or the watermelon drop on the side, even you want to add some ant as the background, I'm okay with that. Try to be more creative. Anything that you think is matched to your drawings. Okay, now you can begin. Remember, don't be rushed. Take your time. That's it. Any detail you forget to add it, and don't forget every small part that you might need it. Don't forget, good art always takes time.
No worrying if you need more time to complete your awesome work.
Okay, so when you finish your drawings and you finish the background, alright, and we were going to have our 3-minute break. If you are not able to finish, you can use this 3-minute break to complete your work. If you're done and you want to go to the washroom or drinking some water, feel free to go. You don't have to ask for permissions. Alright? But when you come back, I want you to prepare your sketch pencils. So you will see the number behind the pencils. So those are the sketch pencils. Alright? Doesn't matter if it looks like this color or that color or the gray colors. If you have the number at the back, they are all sketch pencils. Alright? Okay, welcome back everyone. So I guess you already have your sketch pencils around. So first, you have to find H or 2H, either one. Okay, you should see the number at the back. So 2H or the H. Okay, doesn't matter which one you want to use or you have one. But if you have none, you can just grab the regular pencil. They are HB. So you can use the regular pencil to do so. Alright, so I'm going to get my 2H. So the watermelon is not like smooth like the skin of the watermelon, right? It has some textures. Even it's watery, but it has some texture. So we are not going to shading the watermelons very, very smooth. We have to do some scribbling to show the textures of the watermelon. Alright, so let me show you the first one right here. See, see I got the little ants. Alright, so when we do the scribbling, don't do the circle like this big. Okay, so that's it, how small. You have to do about the same size as the C. Scribblings, see, rolling, and very, very light. See, it's like the same size as the ant. Okay, so you are going to scribbling all over, rollings. Okay. So when you complete, the texture should look like this. Those are often scribbling, but they don't have too much big gap, right? They don't have the big spot. So all the white spots has to be smaller than the C. See, all the small spots has to be smaller than the C. So you have to write as much as you could. So how about the white parts? We do the scribbling too, but I scribbling a little bit brighter so you can see the texture, but you can compare the top and the bottom. They are two different color volume. Even I use the same pencil, but I reduce the pressures, right? I reduce the pressure so it makes the color looks brighter. Okay, all right, so now you are going to do the same thing on the side and the bottom here. Not the skin yet. Don't do the skin yet. Only do the top and the bottoms. Same on the other side. The top, bottom, and you are going to do the scribbling and show me 2 layers. Okay, 2 layers with 1 sketch pencils. All right, now you can begin. So I basically done the base color, so I can separate two layers of the watermelon, and they looks like scribbling. Okay, but it doesn't show the shadow, and your shoes has the shadow. So pretend the line is on the middle. So I'm going to shading. I'm using the same pencil. We're still using the same pencil, alright? So I'm going to shading, see, from the edge, very light, and shading like dark, medium, light. See, I separate the front and the side. Okay, so you should do that, and we should do that. We add in the shadow, but again, you are not going to make the color too dark. Okay, we just have then a slightly different. So we are using the same pencil and doing dark, medium, and light to make them look like natural shadows there. So we are doing the same thing on the other side. Okay, dark, medium, and light. So very, very gentle, so we still can see some textures below. Okay, smooth, not too dark, please. Okay, we're done with the shadow, and it looks like the 3D. Okay, so for the next part, I'm going to teach you how to do the C, to make the C looks like 3D. Alright, but it is very, very neat. So I'm going to zoom in like this, even bigger. Alright, I think this big enough. Okay, so I want you to switch the pencils to 3B. Okay, 3B or 2B. If you have 2B, let me find my 2B right here. Okay, you can have 2B or 3B, either one, choose one. Okay, so my 2B is more sharp, so I use the 2B. So when we color the C, it's very, very neat. So you are going to have a small oval on the top. See, it's very, very small oval. And you are going to shading dark and light. So you will see here has the reflections. So one more time right here. Small oval, darker on the right, on the left, and a little bit brighter on the right. All right. So you can keep repeating to do the rest of the C. They are the same. Okay. Now you can start. So the last part will be very, very easy. We're using the same pencil, whatever is 2B or 3B. We just color the skins. We just color the skins. One single color. Okay, one single color. It looks like the dark red. Alright, so if you have the watermelon juice, you can have some shadow looks like this. Reflections. It's watery, so it doesn't have the textures. Okay, the water drop got the shadow as well. Okay, and don't forget to add in the shadow under the watermelons. Just slightly shadings. Remember I said the light is on in middle, so the shadow will go into the side. So shading it from dark, medium, and light. Okay, so we finished the sketch for today. So when you complete, you can do the background colors. If you have the background, you're gonna shading it. So my ends is too small, so I'm just having them like black and has some light reflections. Alright, so when you complete the work, don't forget to remove the fingerprints to keep your drawing clean and neat. Okay, then find the spot to sign the name. If you don't sign the name, you are not complete the work. You have to sign the name. So that shows you finish the work, and write down the date to record the drawing when you finish. Alright? And hopefully you enjoyed the class today, and I will going to see you soon. When you complete your drawing, sign the name and write down the date. 完成画作之后，签下你的名字，跟写上日期。Don't forget to take a photo of your drawing and send it to us. 不要忘记帮你的作品拍上照片寄给我们哦。And don't forget to clean out the table before you go. 不要忘记清洁你的桌子哦。Bye bye, see you next time.